Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and I am affectionately calling this segment Designing Minds Want to Know. So I started playing with my Stitch Dictionary, and I'm going to talk you through how I am designing a project. So I have this lovely complete book of crochet stitches, 500 patterns, and I often use Stitch dictionaries for inspiration, as you can see, but I never leave the stitch pattern exactly the same. Like, it has to be turned into something, right? So I started with this stitch pattern here, number 489, and I thought, I like this, but I feel like these columns are maybe too fat, or maybe I want to show you how to do something lacier. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just make the columns thinner. Maybe this program or this episode will be about how to make a stitch pattern more lacy, because I know you guys love lace. And then I thought, well, okay, let's see what I can do here. So I started working the stitch pattern, but instead of the groups of 5 double crochet columns, I thought, oh, I'm just going to make 2. Let's make 2 and see what happens. And then I will repeat it with thinner columns in between this lacy, like, I don't know, crown-like section. So let's see. So if I have this stitch pattern, it says a multiple of 16 plus 9, but I don't want that many. I want fewer. Matter of fact, I would just do this. So I might even take a sticky note on my symbol diagram and cover up what I don't want, and that helps me see better what I do want. So I might cover up the stitch diagram, and let's see if I can bring this closer down for you. Okay, and then I would maybe count stitches. So if I have, if I'm going to do columns of 2 double crochet, and I know that this needs to be a chain of 1, 2, 3 to start my row, and then, so I'd have 1, 2, 3, then you would double crochet in the 4th usually, and bear with me because the multiples I find difficult. So I would 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And that is what I originally did. I chained 17 and I thought, okay, well, that's how many stitches I want, right? Well, I was wrong. It's only 16. And then I thought, well, one way to fix that, if you're unsure, is to go ahead and chain the number you want. I'm going to pull up the camera here a little bit again so you can see me stitching. I am going to chain 17 and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So this is me trying to show you guys how my brain works. So I would have 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then skip 5 chains, and then all of that stuff in 1 chain, and then skip 5 chains. So it'd be 1, 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 1 is 8, plus 5 more is 13, 14, 15, and then 2 more for the posts. So that's where I'm coming out with this number. 1, 2, 3. In the 4th double chain from the hook, I'm going to double crochet. And I just want to talk you through the process of designing, because I think what I would really like to do is turn this into a triangle. So my brain is jumping to, if I have this cool column of stitches, can I have my column of stitches here with my little shell and my little ice cream and my little ice cream? And then what happens if I added stitches off the side? And then I just keep gradually adding more every row. And I thought, oh, well, that could make a really cool, like, triangular. It just would not be a point down here. It would be flat down here, and there'd be more double crochets over here. And it would just keep growing this way. But eventually it would turn into a big triangle, but just the points would be cut off. Like here it would not be a point there. It would just be blunt. Okay. So I thought, oh, okay. So let's talk about this. Oh, okay. But the stitch pattern, I'm getting ahead of myself. See, this is how my brain works when I'm designing. Designing minds want to know, right? So after the turning double crochet and the first double crochet, I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making sure. And then I'm going to place the 4 double crochets separated by chains. So double crochet in the next chain, chain 1. In the same stitch, we're going to double crochet and chain 1 3 more times. 1. Oh, you know what? I messed up. Chain 2. See, it's got a little chain 2 there, 2 ovals. Okay, so after the 2 double crochets, then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 5 chains, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So we're doing that 4 times so that we have 4 double crochets separated by 3 chains. Okay, so there's our shell there, our 4 double crochet shell separated by chains here, here, and here. Now I'll chain 2 to be symmetrical with the chain 2 there. 1, 2. Then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skipping 5, and double crochet in each of the next 2. Well, that one turned out okay, so I don't know. So beginning chain 17. Now I thought, okay, I could totally do this stitch pattern and I can do it straight up and down. And I started doing that, doing the stitch pattern straight up and down, but then I thought, but what if I make it grow on one side? If I make it grow on one side, maybe I should add stitches over here every row, and then it'll go straight on this side and grow on that side. So that made me excited. So after I did a few rows of this, I decided I would go ahead and keep this exactly the same, but I would, and this is the wrong side, this is the right side. And then I would just grow out this side by increasing stitches on this side only and keep this side straight. So what we would do then is add another stitch right now. So we'd have 3. So we'd have 2 on this side, the straight side, and 3 over here on the grow side, okay? And then we would chain 1, 2, 3 and turn, and we could increase again by double crocheting in the same stitch, and then double crocheting in each of one in each of the next 2 stitches. So now we've grown from 3 stitches to 4. Okay, see it? We've grown from 3 stitches to 4. Then this, all the rest of it will be exactly the same, meaning no increasing, no decreasing. Now I'll show you the second row. So chain 2, 1, 2, we're always chaining 2 in between. And when each one of these chain 1 spaces, we're going to single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the same space. Now we're skipping a double crochet, but in the next chain 1 space, we will single crochet, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in that same space, skipping the next double crochet, and in the next chain 1 space, do the same thing, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. So those are the 2 rows in terms of the ice cream cones, the V shell here at the bottom, and then the little poofy chain 3 spaces. But what changes is what is happening on the sides. So I will chain 2, 1, 2, and skip the chains, and I will just do 1 for 1 on this edge of the shawl is kind of what I'm turning it into being. Now I'll chain 1, 2, 3 and turn, and I'm going to keep the same. I'm not going to stitch in the first stitch. I'm going to skip it because I already have my chains here. I don't want to increase at all on this edge. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll do this, and I'll do, okay, so you chain 2, and now we're back to this 4 double crochets separated by chain 1s, but we're going to do them in the middle doodad here, in the middle chain 3 space. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, all in the same space. That's the cone part of the ice cream. And then we will chain 2 and then skip all of this stuff and go to the double crochets, and we're going to increase again. So I thought, oh, well, this will be fun. I will make it kind of like this, where it's straight on one edge and it'll grow on this edge, and it eventually will be a cool shawl where the point is down here with all solid double crochet stitches. and across the back. So if you like turn this, and like this is the person's head, and her arms are out here, and arms are out here, and then this is the center back of the person. Like the shawl would come to a point eventually here and go out this way, okay? And I thought, oh, well, that's cool, but will it go like on the same diagonal forever, or is it going to go back? Or am I going to then decrease and have the shells like go across the shoulders, across her back this way? Or then I started thinking some more. So I could do that where I'm increasing on the one edge. So like coming back here. Okay, I admit it. I've had 2 cups of coffee today, but it's all right. Okay, so we're going to increase here. So we're going to work in the turning chain, and then we'll add 1 more. So we'll go from 3 double crochets in this row, 4 double crochets in this row, and then we'll do 5 in this row. So we're increasing by 1 each time, okay? And then 1, 2, 3, turn, and then double crochet in the same stitch. So we're increasing again, and then 1 for 1 until we get back to the shell ice cream thing. Okay, and then I thought, okay, so if we do this, I'll show you in just a minute what I'm thinking so that maybe it illustrates it better for you. Chain 1, 2, and then we do the same single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet, where this is the ice cream, the 3 scoops of ice cream in the cone, chain 1, 2, 3. So we have our little cone of the double crochet, chain 1 spaces, and then we put the blobs, the scoops of ice cream, 1, 2, 3, in each there, and then chain 2. We always chain 2 on either side of everything. And then we will just keep the same number of stitches on this edge because this is the straight edge. So here's what we have so far. So we have so far how we are. Now you're going to see the magic of what I'm thinking here, where my brain went next. Well, maybe you'll think it's magic or maybe not. So I started like this. And so if we're going this way and we're increasing down here and the person's head is up here, and so this lacy portion will be across her back, and then the solid stitching goes down into a nice point, okay? Letting the dog in or the cat in. What do I got? Theo. It's Theo, everybody. Welcome to the show, Theo. So I thought, well, that's really cool, but what would happen if I increased on both sides and turned it so that the spine of the stitches went down the center back like a butterfly? Okay, and then you would need it to be, and then it would flip over like this so that it got wide. It started, this was as wide as it would get at the most narrow it would be at the bottom. So it wouldn't come up to a complete point, but it would be down here at a point, and it would grow this way. And then it would be, this would be the top edge, like at the back of the neck. Okay, so here's the person again, see? And she's very happy about this. Hi. And then it would grow outward this way instead, because that center spine of stitches would be really gorgeous. So I thought, okay, so let's do that. So if we did that, we could either cut back, or I'll just cut and start kind of this one, or we could work it here and increase on both sides. So I thought, ooh, that's kind of exciting. So I started with 2 stitches here, and I'm going to add another stitch so that there's 3 on the second row, and then chain 1, 2, 3 for my turning chain, double crochet in the same stitch. I'll be increasing again, and then 1 for 1 in the next 2 double crochets. We're still doing the same pattern of the chain 2 before you get into the lacy section, and we already have the ice cream scoops up here, so it's time to put another cone on top. So we're going to put the cone in the middle of the chain 3 middle space with a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and skip the next scoop of ice cream, and in the last 3 double crochets we're going to do 4 because we're increasing on both edges now, not just the one edge, but both edges. And this is really how my mind works when I'm designing. I consider myself an organic designer, which means I don't always know what I'm going to do before I do it. I kind of let it evolve while I'm working. Other designers are more strategic or mathematical designers, where they figure everything out ahead of time and then they make their project match their vision. But me, I tend to start somewhere and then make it evolve until I'm happy. So I cut the yarn here earlier. So if I were to keep going here, then this is kind of what it would look like. And I would have it like this at the bottom, and it would grow out this way. Then after I have finished the stitch pattern, so I hope you guys understand the stitch pattern enough here. It's the ice cream cone of the double crochets with the chain ones, and then the next row is the ice cream scoops, one in each chain one space, and that would be a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in each of the chain 1 spaces. So the stitch pattern is really easy, and you can memorize it, no big deal. But then you can make it really interesting by how you change up the edges. So I kind of like the center spine idea of this. And then after I kind of work out the stitch pattern and how it's growing, I can then either decide if it's going to decrease again or it's going to keep growing and a big triangle without the point down here. Or if I want to make these sections lacy at some point also and keep the center spine. If I want to change the yarn, do I want to do a lighter weight yarn? Did I do enough chains there? I may not have done enough chains here. If I want to change to a multicolored yarn, and that, of course, is another design decision that organically evolves as I'm playing with the pattern. So I think if I were to continue on, I do like this way that the stitches would kind of go across the back, and then this would be a solid triangle down here. If you go by this diagram where the scoops of ice cream go across the back like a nice big fat edging, and then it's solid down here, and then you could add an edging border here to balance it out. That would be really pretty. Or if you then turn it on its side and the ice cream cones are here up the middle, and then all of this is vertical double crochets and you're increasing on both sides. Okay, so that you are increasing, and it goes this way, and there's the spine of like heart-shaped cones down the middle of the back, and then all of this would be solid. And then you can still do a cute edging if you want. So what do you think I should do? Do you think I should make the spine of ice cream cones up the back like a butterfly? Or do you think I should do the ice cream cones across the wingspan all the way across the back of the neck and across the arms, and then have a solid point? What would you do? Because you know what, that's all what crochet design is just making decisions. And so taking some inspiration and going from there and making it your own. And then you choose the yarn and you choose the colors and you count the stitches and you write it down. Voila. You totally can do that. So I hope this has been a relaxing and valuable use of your time. Please leave in the comments below whether or not you think I should do a spine like a butterfly, or if I should do the cones across the back. And what yarn would you use? What do you think? What color? Anyway, that's how my designing mind works. So please click the like button and the subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss a thing. And I will tell you if I end up making this into a thing, but you know, we'll see. So it's just a fun project and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much for being with me. Talk to you later. Bye.